Hello, my wonderful viewers. Welcome to my platform. This is Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of coming across this channel and you like what you see after watching, please subscribe, put on your notification bell, set it to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to get notified each time I upload a new video, even those without notification. Here we react to all forms of videos, international and local. Every Saturday by 2 p.m. we have our interaction section. You are free to call in to air your opinion about the happenings in our society. Invite your friends, share my videos with your families and colleagues. Do not keep this information to yourself. Myself, I will be sitting down here to watch this video together with you from the beginning to the end. Then we'll go to the comment section and leave our comment, our opinion about the video we watch constructively as we watch this video, my people.
Do this, we will not agree. The North has asked to secede. Okpara called for secession. Several other groups have asked for secession. Azik Adakaburu started his own secession. At all times, the solution to secession is not to become bullish. The response to it is to invite the people and start discussing with them and find out why they are doing so, and be patient and agree with them and discuss and convince them why they shouldn't do so. And I must say that it is not an offense for anyone to call for secession. I did so on the floor of the National Assembly as a member of House of Reps in 2005. I called for the creation of the sovereign state of Biafra, and the heavens did not fall. The DGSSS at that time, I sent a letter because Obasanjo wrote a memo about me and asked him to invite me. But I said, I will not come. It is within my right as a legislator to do that on the floor of the House of Representatives. If I don't do it there, where else do you want me to do? Do you want me to carry arms? So all of you must get used to having people say that they are so sick and tired and they want to leave. It's not a big deal. And let us even follow it. The truth remains, like our elder statesman, Dr. Hakim B0MB has said, that we are moving close towards Somalia and Afghanistan. I agree. He is very, very correct. The only difference between him and I is that I want to opt out of it. I don't want to wait until we get to Somalia, because we are moving too fast towards Somalia. When we get to Somalia, it would have been too late. I am saying, please, those of you who want to continue with them to Somalia, please follow them. Those of us who are opted out of the boat and we don't want to go to Somalia, I want to do what? Go to the right. That's a simple argument, and I don't see why it should be offensive to anybody. Because the combined effect of the provisions of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights and the African Charter and our Constitution definitely makes it clear that anybody can make an agitation for self-determination, and that there is this blackmail by this, we will not agree. The North has asked to secede. Okpara called for secession. Several other groups have asked for secession. Azik Adakaburu started his own secession. At all times, the solution to secession is not to become bullish. The response to it is to invite the people and start discussing with them and find out why they are doing so, and be patient and agree with them and discuss and convince them why they shouldn't do so. And I must say that it is not an offense for anyone to call for secession. I did so on the floor of the National Assembly as a member of House of Reps in 2005. I called for the creation of the sovereign state of Biafra, and the heavens did not fall. The DGSSS at that time, I sent a letter because Obasanjo wrote a memo about me and asked him to invite me. But I said, I will not come. It is within my right as a legislator to do that on the floor of the House of Representatives. If I don't do it there, where else do you want me to do? Do you want me to carry arms? So all of you must get used to having people say that they are so sick and tired and they want to leave. It's not a big deal. And let us even follow it. The truth remains, like our elder statesman, Dr. Hakim B0MB has said, that we are moving close towards Somalia and Afghanistan. I agree. He is very, very correct. The only difference between him and I is that I want to opt out of it. I don't want to wait until we get to Somalia, because we are moving too fast towards Somalia. When we get to Somalia, it would have been too late. I am saying, please, those of you who want to continue with them to Somalia, please follow them. Those of us who are opting out of the boat and we don't want to go to Somalia, I want to do what? Go to the right. That's the simple argument. And I don't see why it should be offensive to anybody. Because the combined effect of the provisions of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights and the African Charter and our Constitution definitely makes it clear that anybody can make an agitation for self-determination, and that there is this blackmail by...
The relationship, the marriage in Nigeria is a marriage of the master and the slave. Obviously, the Northerners are the masters, the Southerners are the slaves. But
if that's your reading of it,
that is practically in every aspect, in every facet of Nigerian life. Take the petroleum industry bill, take the oil, take the VAT, take education, cut-off marks in secondary schools and universities. Every aspect of the Nigerian society favors the North. Take the creation of local governments, take the creation of states. Only KANU and KB state, the adjoining state, have more local governments in Nigeria than the whole of Southeast. So, but however, the good thing is that suddenly Nigerians have started to realize that this master-slave relationship cannot continue. And they have put so much pressure, are beginning to put so much pressure on their leaders, that the leaders are beginning to find it more uncomfortable and difficult to exist in their localities. That is what is happening to the Southern governors. Most of these Southern governors are not speaking because they are convinced, because they mean it. They are speaking because they have realized that there is an existential threat to their leadership in their various states. Because those they are leading, those they are governing, can no longer accept to play the role of slaves in a country called Nigeria. So their constituents are putting a lot of pressure on them. And that is why in the last few months, they have met severally because of the pressures being mounted on them. I am sorry for them, because I do, like the former minister said, they are not likely to go through this. Very soon, the powers that be, their masters will bring out their criminal charges in FCC and ICPC, show them, and they run away. Some of them are already running away because, like he said, it's a matter of survival. Some of them know that they are already governors, not by the making of their people, but that they were appointed governors. That's why they are sneaking away from this push to get Nigeria to work as one united country.
Does it really, I mean, first and foremost, the fact that you use that very strong analogy, we've had a number of analogies. I mean, we've heard of husband-wife relationship. I mean, and that depicts sometimes the inequalities that exist in a marriage. But this master-slave relationship is rather strong, don't you think? Because a slave is bought, a slave is owned, more or less. A slave has no decisions, and that cannot be the situation of the South.
Well, unfortunately it is. Let me give you an example with the issue of VAT that is currently at play. Some states in the North see alcohol consumption as a sin. So they go about ensuring that alcohol is not consumed, which is okay by their faith and religion. Then in the South, they see it otherwise. They see alcohol as a beverage, something that they can take because it's not against the law to consume alcohol. And the alcohol is charged from 5% to 7.5%. And it is called VAT. And the money is now, when you charge me for consuming alcohol, 7%, if I were going to buy it at X amount, I pay higher. You collect that extra money from me and take it to the person who considers consumption as alcohol as sin, and use it to develop his estate.
You know, that's not exactly how it works.
How does it work?
Let us be very, very, I mean, there's politics.
Can I give you facts? VAT is distributed 20% on the derivation, 50% on the quality of states, and 30%, 35% on population.
Yes, but we also know that VAT on alcohol is a very tiny fraction of the basket, of the entire basket on VAT.
I am using it as an example. Let me give you an example. I want a contract in my state for road construction, and the VAT from that road construction tax is sent to the federal government and shared based on the quality of states. Is that justice? Is that fair? The other state might decide not to award contracts, and he gets part of the money I have spent on awarding contracts as VAT for the development of his state. Does that connote a relationship based on equity, justice, fair play? My daughter, my child goes to take a national entrance examination, and he scores 120, he will not be given admission. And a person who scores 15% is given admission. Is that not a master-servant relationship?
The analogy of master-slave, you don't agree that it is too strong a description?
It might sound strong on national television. It might sound strong to certain sections, those who are benefiting. But if you go to the rural communities, if you go to the bars, if you go to small places, that is exactly how they see the union called Nigeria today. Because all the actions, all the tendencies go to suggest that unless I decree, let us take the issue of anti-grazing. A woman goes to plant cassava, yam, and he cannot reap her sweat because a cattle comes in and eats up all the crops. And the people are saying, ranch, you are insisting that writing or not, that animals must continue to go around to eat up other people's crops. So the animal or the owner of the animal is not the master of the person who, the farmer whose crops are being eaten up. And if the person whose crops are being eaten up is dares to resist, he is arrested by DSS, police, and imprisoned. So you see, these niceties, this way of putting things so that we'll be seen as one united, until we begin to say things the way they are, see them the way they are, accept that there is complete, that injustice has become part of the national milieu, national psyche, that to be a victim of these projects is no longer going to be discussed. Until we begin to accept that, when we accept it, we do introspection, we look at it and say, okay, let us correct them. But if you continue to say nice things, oh, fairness and equity, unity is not negotiable, these are the things that are fanning the embers of disunity, agitation for separation. I tell you, no group of people genuinely want to separate and go away from this country. But they are saying that the Constitution of Nigeria is a fraud in itself. Look at let us take the fact. The VAT decree was made by the military, whereby they took away sales tax that is usually collected by local governments and made it a federal law. And they went back to say that all decrees made by the military are now acts of the National Assembly. Section 315 of the Nigerian Constitution today converted all military decrees to acts of the National Assembly. So, we didn't make the laws. The National Assembly was not in place at that time, but all the draconian decrees made by the military have become imported into our constitution as a product of the national acts of the National Assembly. Is that fairness?
And your so-called governors, and we understand how our Fulani cycle works. I know them very well. When they felt we were together, they couldn't do anything. So they kept waiting. They kept pushing them. They kept giving them money. Go and attack IPOB. Attack what Nnamdi KANU is doing. As soon as they started doing it, as soon as they stood up to say they are no longer part of what we are doing. As soon as the governor started to talk rubbish, you can come to my state, you cannot come to my state. Awasa knew that was the time. And they struck yesterday. That's what they're waiting for. I keep telling our people they don't understand. I know them, I've studied them for many years, I know them. I know how they reason. That is why I can defeat them. And I will always defeat them. our people are not reasonable enough to understand the threat facing them. They don't know. But we are here to tell them. Everything happening now, I knew in 2012 that is going to happen. The killing happening in the north, I told you August 2009 that it will happen. They called it hate speech. Today they are killing you. There is nobody you can run to or protect you. Tell me here on this earth that you have a governor in the state as you have in Anambra. I will suffer and he came in. The governor bombed in on the shack. Killed our people in Oswego. He has not said anything. Till now. These are the people they want to come out to fight for them. Now they've been killed by Fulani men. Dressed in. Meanwhile, have vigilante. When they see IPOB, they start jumping up. Now, Fulani madmen have come to kill you. Where is the vigilante in that village? Where is civil defense in that village? Where is the DPO of that place? Police, where are you? How about the army? How about the navy? How about Air Force? All of these people patrol the roads every day. They patrol every blessed day. Isn't it ironic? Peace Corps, civil defense, police, army, navy, Air Force, vigilante, they all have guns. But nobody saw these killers come and go. I told you so. I said when the time comes, I will say, I told you so. They will keep killing you. When they ask you to come out to vote, they are asking you to vote for a few. If you go to vote, you are voting for your coffin, your casket. I'm telling you, only Biafra can save you. Only Biafra can save you. You people don't know what they have in store for you, but I will tell you. Some of us grew up thinking that Igbo land starts from Onitsha and ends in Okangwa. You know where Oka is? Before you cross the bridge and enter Obibo. Igbocha, not Port Harcourt. Igbocha is the name, not Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt is a white man's name. The proper name is Igbocha. Do you know that Igbo land starts from a Edo state? It starts from Edo. That's correct. Ibanke, all the way to Bodo inside the Atlantic Ocean. Are you aware of that? No, you don't know. That is my problem with some people that call themselves your political leaders. They say they are the elite. They say they are the people that represent your interest. Does Ohaneze represent you? No! Because if they do, they would have done what we are doing now. Yes. There is no way we are going to abandon a Bante, which is a worker. It can never happen. We will not abandon Abo. Are you aware of that? Yes. Do you know a place called Umunobe? Are we going to leave them? No. How about Onichubo? Are we going to leave them? No. How about Obashuku? Are we going to leave them? No. How about Uplani? Are we going to leave them? No. How about Iseluku? Even from the names, you can know where they come from. Yes. But out of our collective stupidity and ignorance, fear, they have dealt with us so much in 50 years that you don't know. Somebody from Igbo, which they call Ibuzo, is your own person. so you don't know. The Yoruba media say handshake across the Niger, handshake, to give you the impression that the boundary between Yoruba land and Igbo land starts from Headbridge Onitsha. Is a lie. It starts from Edo State, I'm glad people from Benue are here. Is that correct? Yes, sir. The same Benue, one man called Abubakar Saad said I should not count Benue as part of Biafra. He said that I am mad, I don't know what I'm saying, I don't know what I'm doing. But in 5 minutes' time, you will see between myself and Abubakar Saad who is mad and who is normal. We are talking about Lower Benue. Not the whole Benue State. Lower Benue. The Zoom.
Thank you so much, my wonderful viewers, for watching this video together with me from the beginning to the end. Like I said before, if you like what you see here, if you like what I do in this platform, as you have finished watching this video, please hit that red button that says subscribe and put on your notification bell to all notification. In that way, you'll be able to know when I upload a new video. Share my videos, leave your comments in the comment section constructively. Until I meet your way again in my next video, I still remain your Linda's TV show. Bye-bye.